The morning light slips through your curtains, gentle and familiar, but what happens next could quietly shape the rest of your life. Most seniors wake up believing the day will unfold just fine. Yet in the first few minutes after your eyes open, small, ordinary choices could be placing silent pressure on your brain and heart. Stroke doesn't always arrive with a dramatic warning. Often, it begins with habits that feel harmless. Jumping out of bed too fast, skipping water, pouring that first cup of coffee before anything else. These moments seem routine, but for someone over 60, they can quietly set the stage for brain fog, memory loss, or something far more dangerous. What's most alarming is how invisible these risks are. You don't feel your blood pressure spiking when you hold in urine. You don't notice your circulation slowing when you skip hydration. You don't hear your arteries stiffening when your breakfast hides more salt than you think. And that's exactly why so many seniors miss the early signs, until their balance falters, their speech slurs, or a name they've known for years suddenly vanishes from memory. But here's the hopeful part. Changing these habits doesn't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. In fact, small, deliberate shifts can protect your brain and independence for years to come. In this video, we'll uncover 7 subtle morning mistakes that could be increasing your risk of stroke without you realizing it. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly what to do instead. Each one takes only a minute or two to change, yet can make a powerful difference in keeping your brain sharp and your body strong. Whether you're over 60 yourself or caring for someone who is, these first moments after waking may be the key to avoiding a lifetime of what-ifs. By the end, you won't just know what's wrong. You'll have the tools to start tomorrow morning safer, clearer, and more in control. Waking up too quickly. You open your eyes, see the light, and in one fluid motion swing your legs off the bed. It feels natural, the way you've started mornings for decades. But now, with an aging heart and blood vessels, that single movement can cause an invisible drop in brain oxygen. After hours of rest, your blood pressure is at its lowest, and when you rise too fast, gravity pulls blood away from your brain before your heart can keep up. Those few seconds of dizziness? That's your body sending an urgent warning. This sudden change is called orthostatic hypotension, and it's more than a fleeting wobble. For someone over 60, it can mean an increased risk of mini-strokes or dangerous falls. The scary part is how quickly it happens. You don't feel the damage building, but each time you rush from bed, your brain experiences a moment of strain it doesn't need. Over time, these moments can add up to real harm. The fix: slow down the start. Before moving, take 3 deep breaths, stretch your arms and legs, then sit on the edge of the bed with both feet planted for at least 30 seconds. This pause lets your body stabilize, your brain receive the oxygen it needs, and your day begin on your terms, not in a rush toward risk. Skipping morning hydration. Before your feet hit the floor, your brain is already working on less than it needs. After 7 or 8 hours without water, your body wakes slightly dehydrated. You've lost fluids through breathing and perspiration, your blood thickens, and circulation slows. For your brain, made of 75% water, this means sluggish thinking, slower reaction times, and increased strain before you've even begun the day. The problem is subtle. Dehydration doesn't always show up as thirst. Instead, it can appear as fatigue, brain fog, or dizziness. For seniors, it's even riskier. Less flexible arteries means slower recovery, and if you're taking diuretics for blood pressure or heart issues, dehydration hits harder. This quiet strain can increase stroke risk, impair memory, and leave you starting the day with an invisible disadvantage. The fix is easy. 1 full glass of room temperature water before coffee, tea, or pills. It thins the blood naturally, restores circulation, and wakes the brain from the inside out. Think of it as your most important morning medicine. No prescription needed, just a decision to put your brain first. High-sodium breakfast choices. Breakfast is supposed to fuel you, but for many seniors, it starts with hidden salt bombs. Instant oatmeal packets, processed breads, breakfast bars, sausages, or even healthy cereals. Salt isn't just what you shake on top. It's baked into processed foods, often in amounts far above what the brain and heart can handle, especially first thing in the morning. Here's why it matters. Every morning, your blood pressure naturally spikes as your body transitions from rest to activity. Add a salty breakfast, and you intensify that surge, putting extra strain on the delicate blood vessels in your brain. Over time, this can lead to vessel stiffness, reduced blood flow, and a higher risk of stroke, dizziness, and cognitive decline. And the tricky part, many of these foods don't even taste salty. The fix is in the swap. Choose plain oatmeal topped with berries or unsalted nuts instead of flavored packets. Pick boiled eggs with avocado instead of sausage or cheese-heavy scrambles. Aim to keep breakfast under 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium. Small changes here mean big protection for your brain's most delicate networks. Coffee on an empty stomach. That first sip of hot coffee feels like life itself, but drinking it before anything else in the morning can be a quiet hazard, especially after 60. On an empty stomach, caffeine triggers adrenaline release, constricts blood vessels, and causes blood pressure to spike quickly. In a younger body, the system adapts. In an older one, those spikes add strain the brain doesn't need. This sudden rise can be especially risky for seniors with stiff arteries, heart rhythm issues, or a history of mini-strokes. It's not about quitting coffee. It's about how and when you drink it. Too much, too fast, and without any buffer food, your brain and heart take the full brunt of that caffeine rush. The smarter approach? Start with water to rehydrate, then have a small, brain-friendly breakfast. Boiled egg, fresh fruit, or whole grain toast before your coffee. Keep it to 1 moderate cup, and skip the sugar-laden creamers that add inflammation. Coffee can still be part of your morning, just not the opening act. Ignoring morning symptoms. You wake feeling slightly off. Maybe your balance is shaky, your arm feels weak, or your speech isn't as clear. It's easy to blame poor sleep or a bad pillow. But these fleeting moments could be mini-strokes, TIAs. Early, critical warnings that a major stroke may be coming. The danger is that TIAs often vanish within minutes, making it tempting to ignore them. But they happen when blood flow to the brain is temporarily reduced, and they are your body's way of sounding an alarm. Most occur in the early morning, when blood pressure is shifting and your body is adjusting to wakefulness. If you notice sudden dizziness, numbness, weakness, or slurred speech, don't wait. Record what happened, tell your doctor, and track symptoms. With stroke, every second matters. and ignoring these whispers can mean missing your best chance to prevent a life-changing event. Mishandling morning medications. Morning medications aren't just pills. They're shields against stroke, heart issues, and cognitive decline. But how you take them matters as much as taking them at all. Skipping doses, taking them late, or washing them down with coffee instead of water can weaken their effectiveness or even make them harmful. Blood pressure and blood-thinning medications are especially sensitive to timing and dosing. A missed dose can allow dangerous spikes, while doubling up by mistake can cause sudden drops. Even food interactions, like taking certain pills without a meal, can alter how well they work or increase side effects. The fix. Use a pill organizer, set phone reminders, and anchor your medication routine to something you always do. Brushing your teeth, making breakfast. And never adjust doses on your own, even if you feel fine. These medications protect you in ways you can't always see. Delaying the morning bathroom trip. It seems harmless. Waking up, checking your phone, sipping coffee, all while holding in that first urge to go. But a full bladder triggers stress hormones that tighten blood vessels and raise blood pressure, especially in the morning. For someone over 60, that combination can be dangerous. Holding urine also increases the risk of abnormal heart rhythms in those with existing heart conditions. The result: a perfect storm for clot formation, which can lead to stroke. It's an unnecessary risk for something so easy to fix. The solution is simple. When you wake up, go. Make it the first thing you do before anything else. Think of it as your first act of self-care, one that protects both your brain and your heart. She stood by the edge of her bed this morning, slippers on, the sunlight cutting through the curtains, but instead of rushing, she paused. A sip of water, a slower breath, one careful step at a time. That small choice may have protected her brain more than any pill or headline ever could. Because stroke doesn't always arrive with a crash. It creeps in through the habits we brush off as just age. So I'll ask you, which of these 7 quiet habits have been living in your mornings? Do you wake too fast, skip water, cling to coffee, or ignore the whispers of dizziness and fog? Memory isn't just about sharpness. It's the name of your child, the laugh of your grandchild, the story only you can tell. Those moments are too valuable to gamble with. And now, you know they're not out of your control. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love, a parent, a partner, a friend, someone who may be making these same small mistakes. And subscribe to this channel, not just for content but for clarity, for truth, for the kind of knowledge that doesn't just inform but protects the mind, the dignity, and the independence that make life worth living. Because your mornings matter, and so does every memory you still hold.